Hi Daniel, I'm Destiny Harmon and I'm going to be talking about my paper for the public speaking analysis. Um, First, I'm going to talk about the steps I took to writing this paper. I watched the video about 5 times before I even started writing or writing anything down. And the fifth time, after assessing the video over and over, I started writing down key things to answer specific questions like the background, the audience, what he was saying, and other stuff so that I could put it into the paper. After I got all those things written down, I followed the template that you sent, which was very helpful because I have never written an APA formatted paper, so I had no idea what I was doing. But with that template, I could organize my thoughts a little better. So I started going by the template. I created the title based off what the speech was about. I just worded it into a way that he was stating it, but also what I wanted to say. So it was a title of like a mixture of both of us. But after the title, when I did the abstract in the background, I talked about Ashton Kutcher and all of the other things like the audience and all that. And then as I was writing my paper, the template helped me organize my thoughts a little better so that I could make the paper flow really well. So after I used the template and got my paper finished, I made sure that it flowed really well, and I checked for errors, which when I read my own paper, I can't find errors, but if I read someone else's, I can. So I kind of can't catch my own mistakes in papers like that. But I was looking over the revisions. I noticed that a lot of it wasn't in Times New Roman. Well, not a lot, but some. And then, so I had to go back and fix that, which I never really noticed it. And then there were indentation things. So my paragraphs were indented too far and I didn't realize it. Or it wasn't double spaced like it was supposed to be, or it was spaced too much. And then a lot of other things were grammatical errors. So I didn't organize my sentence correctly, the structure wasn't right, I didn't use the proper academic word. Me being from the small town I'm from, I am not used to talking the way I write, so sometimes I don't catch myself writing the way I talk. I try to refrain from doing that, but it's really hard for me to catch that. So I used improper grammar a lot, I noticed, and you noticed as well, and you pointed it out, which made me realize that I did it too, so I found a way to reword it to make it make more sense. Another thing was commas. I always struggle with commas. I don't know why. But sometimes I forget to put them in, or I put them where they don't belong just because I feel like a good pause should be there, but it shouldn't be. My strengths as a writer. I am very good at conveying my thoughts, so what I'm trying to say I can easily get into writing, but a weakness I have is wording it properly. So if I'm trying to say something, I can put it in writing, but I sometimes struggle with wording it the way I mean it, and it doesn't sound as good as what I feel like it should. I'm very good at managing time to write papers, so I can get a paper done in about 2 hours, but the revision process and going over it is a lot more timely, but I space it out daily so that I have time to look over it enough so that I notice errors that I notice. Other weaknesses would be wording, obviously. Like I said, where I grew up, it was a very hickish town. Hickish isn't a word, but I'm used to talking in a different manner than what's appropriate, so sometimes I write that way, which is something I need to work on. And then I can better learn how to improve myself as a writer by perhaps using a thesaurus and looking at better words, or finding phrases that match but sound a little bit more academically. Overall, my paper was pretty decent. I didn't really struggle in writing it, and I really enjoyed the videos, so yeah, okay, that's all.